Morning, everybody. Welcome to Lockpod, Midwest's most dangerous podcast, coming to you live from the Nika IBW Power in Indiana Lake County Studios. This is season 14, episode 13.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes.
I see you're wearing your red.
I forgot.
You and Marissa don't celebrate?
They already did.
We're going out to dinner.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
what we do. I mean, 25 years, right? 25 years of marriage. Like,
Yeah.
she's going to love the way we're starting off the show. Where says right off the bat, like, what the? But like 25 years of marriage, you sort of relax certain things, you know?
Go ahead, keep talking, Tom.
Yeah,
The
like,
way he said 25
you,
years is like,
let me tell you
25 years,
why.
I mean, come on.
Come on, what the fuck are we
Well, you
supposed
wait
to
here,
do?
you want to
Like,
see
we
the
get
25
jewelry?
years,
Like,
right?
we
I
don't
got
do
25 years in. Guess what's going on for me for Valentine's Day?
She's out of town.
Jana left.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. See? It proves my case. Right?
Yeah.
Who's
So
she
you're not,
spending?
but
Gone,
you
man.
did dinner last night, though. I
We
know
did.
that.
We
Right.
did do dinner last night.
We're doing dinner tonight.
I'll tell you one thing. That is I've decided that is a new thing. I mean, like,
Oh, night
don't worry
before?
about the crowds. No one was out last night for
Yeah.
dinner.
That's how Marissa and
Go
I
on the
roll.
13th.
I took Clark Golick to dinner last night
That was romantic.
for Valentine's Day.
Very nice
Yeah,
of you
That
guys.
was nice of me.
Thinking of 20-some years.
Dude, the grossest thing happened to me yesterday, Jill. Hey, morning,
Wait,
Jill.
with Clerk Golick?
No, not with Clark Golick.
What a segue.
No, yeah, it wasn't. Hey, by the way,
He just-
how's the girls doing? The Hammond Central girls.
They won sectionals. They're going to play in regionals tomorrow
I knew that they won. They're playing tomorrow in
at LaPorte at 1 o'clock.
LaPorte High School.
LaPorte High School.
That's the host. Who's the opponent?
Valparaiso.
Oh, all right.
That's gonna be a good
little,
game.
Little Northwest Indiana.
I like
Girls
Hammond
basketball.
Central against Valpo.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense to Valpo, but they're a little soft in my opinion. I don't know shit about the team, but I just know
I'm sure they're good.
Hammond Central girls against a bunch of girls from Valpo. Get out of here.
And I don't know,
Get outta
man.
here.
They've got they got some good athletes out there in Porter County.
I'm sure. But I just can't see in basketball against Hammond Central girls.
I'm rooting for Hammond Central, but I think that's going to be a tough one. I mean,
It
like,
sounds to me like Kevin's rooting for Valpo.
no.
Yeah,
I would
was just
never.
thinking that.
I had my.
Thank you, Joe.
By the way,
Yeah.
I wore my Hammond Central Wolves hat
How
last
about
Friday
this?
for
Let's
sectionals.
make a gentleman's bet on it.
Okay.
I'll take Hammond Central. You take
I will
Valpo.
too. I
We'll
don't
take-
want them. I don't want them.
You're trying to suck them in.
No.
Tried to suck them in. Wouldn't that have been perfect?
No.
So check this out. So I was at Stretch Lab yesterday, right? And I got stretched. And, after a stretch, I have a 25-minute drive back to the house. So I had to use the restroom, right? And when I go into
Wait,
Stretch
at
Lab.
the Stretch Lab.
Yeah. So I'm in Stretch Lab and I'm using the restroom and I got a hoodie on because I just got done. And, when you get done, I just sort of throw everything into my hoodie, the middle pocket, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one
the
you
front
put your
pocket,
hands.
right here.
It
This
doesn't
one.
have, it's not like,
This
that one. So I'm just sitting there and
Put your
I'm
phone
using
in.
the restroom. And then, I was, adjusting afterwards. And then my keys fall right into the toilet. Key fob, the whole thing.
Wait. Before or after you took a pee?
After.
Wait,
It
why
was-
weren't you using a urinal?
No, it wasn't. It was
Not
a toilet.
available.
Not available.
Regular.
Oh, okay.
Puddle toilet. Regular. And then my keys go blick right into it. With the fob.
What's the thought
fucking
going through your head
YMCA fob.
as it's going in?
You're like,
ah!
oh, it's so gross. I'm just like, decision time, right?
Well, no decision. I mean,
I know.
is it really a decision?
No.
You're not going to
My
flush.
hand was in
Let me
that-
see if I flush it. Will they go down?
My hand was in piss water within 1 second of it hitting the water because I was worried that the fob was gonna short out. So I reached in and grabbed it and I was disgusted with myself.
Did you not change your children's diapers at any point?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
but
I
it's a
did.
long time ago.
Yeah, it's a
still
long
gross.
time ago. It was freaking disgusting.
So
I washed everything down and
you know
then
how you know how sometimes if you're drinking it, let's say you had a lot of water, your pee is real clear, and then sometimes if you're not,
Were you hydrated?
if you were, if
I
you
just
weren't
got done getting
hydrated,
stretched. It was like I just took
Deep
vitamins.
yellow.
That's the title.
It was.
I just got done getting
being
stretched.
stretched.
Yeah, it was
Happy
deep,
Valentine's Day.
deep yellow. It was fucking gross. Let's just be honest. I had to go for it though,
Yeah.
so I went for it.
No choice.
No, washed everything down, walked out ashamed of myself. But nobody knew what happened in the bathroom at Stretch Lab
Until now.
until now. But nobody listens. So
John, where's the famous?
as soon as I walk in, everybody's gonna be like, "You're so disgusting."
don't shake my
Don't
hand
shake my
today.
this Stretch Lab bathroom shut down.
That reminds me of this little Seinfeld clip.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I don't remember this one.
This is Tom.
This is
It was white water.
So this
though.
is Jerry accidentally pushing his girlfriend's Toothbrush. There he goes. Got it. Put it back on the sink.
I don't remember this one.
Yeah.
That's what happened to you. That's you. And then she's brushing her teeth with the toothbrush that just went in the toilet.
Okay, yeah.
The whole episode is him really just.
He had to break up with her.
He had
after
to
it.
break up.
He had to
with
break
her.
up with
Yeah. Would you?
No.
No, I wouldn't. No, I would not break up with her.
Not with her.
No, I got piss on my hands. Who am I to break up with her? Like, come on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was gross. I had another interesting interaction.
This is what a day for you.
It was a couple days ago. I was at the State House, and I decided to go talk to bureaucrats. I had to do something for the city, right? So I went in and talked to bureaucrats, and I walk into one of the State House offices, and there was a couple young ladies there, and they were very pleasant, and I started flirting with them a little bit. I'm like, I needed to get some stuff done, right?
Like when you do that, you're like, "Hi, I'm Tom, Mayor Tom.
Yeah.
I'm Tom from Mayor Hammond."
I was doing Charming Tom.
Okay,
but
but are you letting them know who you are?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did, right? But I was being super charming,
Sure.
like, and we
Not
were
creepy old
laughing.
guy. Charming,
No,
not creepy old guy.
no, charming.
Not like
Charming.
pissed off at a
no,
public
no
meeting,
threat
Tom.
at all. No public threat, Tom. This is like full charm, Tom, right?
Okay.
And I needed to get some stuff done. I wanted them to like me. I didn't want to be, because like when I'm in there, I feel like I'm a Democrat and everybody hates me, right? So I'm like talking to them, and they're like, "Here, can you fill this out, sir?" I'm like, "Sure." And they give me the questionnaire, and I start filling it out, and it's got your name, address, all that, your sex. It's got male, female, and then non-binary.
Whoa! At the
In the
Indiana
fucking
State House
of
this state.
What?
So I'm like, I go, and I circle it. I go, I'm telling the governor on you guys. And they start laughing. I'm like, non-binary. I can't believe that's on a State House forum. They're like, not much longer with this new guy. And we're all laughing, ha, 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 chucking it up a little bit. And then, like, I
Are
started
you feeling like
something.
maybe I'm welcome here?
I started something because then I'm like, like generally frustrated with what's going on in government. And I usually don't show it too much because I don't know who I'm talking to. Right. But I like let the little daylight in on this conversation. And then the lady I'm talking to starts motherfucking the governor and the supermajority.
My goodness.
Dude, I'm sitting there like quiet as a mouse.
just gonna fill
and
out my
her
form.
and her coworker start talking shit. Like this freaking supermajority.
In the State House.
In the State House.
Damn.
This freaking governor doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. They're like going to town.
Oh,
And I'm like,
my.
la. Could you just get me out of here? I'm just trying to get a couple things done
You're
before
like,
I leave.
I
have
didn't start
nothing
this,
to-
right? You're
right.
like,
So like they're going off, and then like it starts getting deeper, right? Then one of the ladies I'm talking to is like, this freaking president, and I'm like, God damn, dude, I started
man.
this whole thing, right? And then she's like, yeah, and now we're gonna go to war with Canada, and I'm like,
Oh, Jesus.
and I'm like, what? What? And I'm like, I think he's just posturing. He's like, wants to make it the 51st
Yeah,
day. And I'm like
powerful,
giving her an out. Like, we're not going to fucking war with Canada, hon. Like, promise you, right? And she's like, no, I'm from Michigan, and I know a lot of people from Canada, and they're getting ready for war with us, and we're getting ready for war with them. And I'm like, fuck me, man. So, like, I was like, okay, thanks, guys. Nice talking to you. And I leave, and I'm just like, we're fucked.
I hope
as
there wasn't a
country.
camera in there.
Dude, I don't get it, though. Like, there's really
believe
people
it.
that think we're going to war with fucking Canada. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
How
in
does
this-
Canada get ready for war? Like, do they buy extra horses for the Mounties? Or
Yeah.
like, what's the process?
They get a lot of extra rations, beer,
They go up north to the
Trap more
Yukon.
furs. And,
salted meats.
Head north.
mhm.
What an experience.
Yeah,
in the
dude.
State House. Maybe they're going to have to do they might have to do like a Doge, Indiana, and fire everyone and get all these
I'm not giving
moles
it up.
out of there.
I'm not giving it up. There were nice young ladies. They were just probably watching TikTok and getting misinformed.
Yeah. Speaking of the State House, there's an article in the paper today, and I think the other day too. There's this bill moving its way through, actually out of both two committees now and onto the full House floor, that may end up making the roads and highways of Indiana toll roads.
All of them?
All of them.
All the major.
All
like
the major
state highways.
8094, 65,
Interesting.
465, 69.
We voted for it.
John, we know how you feel about the Indiana GOP.
Yeah.
Here
And,
they
you
go.
know, my dad sent my brother and I this link a couple days ago, and we're having some fun with it in our thread. It's Is anyone really surprised though? This is the Indiana GOP. The less taxes, small government, Indiana GOP.
Right
Let's
now.
put toll roads everywhere.
Everywhere.
It would be transponders in your car kind of thing. And you would pass underneath, transponder emitters, basically.
Everywhere
and every
you go.
time you passed below one, it would just tack on 25 cents,
And so-
15 cents.
Yeah,
know,
so here it is, like
$2.50, and everywhere you drive, you would just rack up charges, and then your credit card would make it
have
good.
like $80 every month.
Right.
Yeah,
And in a master stroke, it took a Democrat,
Yes,
Andrade,
our friend.
to
Lockpod friend.
show the Indiana GOP greed. Andrade says, "Hey, maybe we don't have tolls on 94,"
80-94, yeah.
and the GOP shuts him down.
Right.
What is going on? This doesn't make sense. The conservatives freak out when there's New York congestion tolling. I
Yeah.
can't believe this. Are you kidding me?
And they're basically doing it.
But now in Indiana, the GOP, the supermajority, this is a great idea.
This is not going to happen.
It can't.
This is not going to happen.
It would raise, they said, over $3 billion, I think, a
Right.
year.
We have a $900 million annual shortfall in our local transportation funding. $900 million. So every year we don't close that gap.
Don't get to
you
all the
fall
roads.
further and further behind, right? We have 60% of the bridges in Indiana are rated obsolete. Basically, our whole infrastructure of the state is completely fucking deteriorated.
But we got
and then
$2 billion in
you
the
get
bank.
the new governor walking in we pay too much in taxes,
Yeah.
and our
After
fucking
they've lowered
schools
them.
are fat. It's are you fucking kidding? Are you fucking kidding? How the fuck did this guy get elected?
After
He's fucking clueless.
if they've already lowered the taxes over and over again.
I'm not going to get into the governor's office. I'm trying to set up a meeting. I keep how the fuck can I get in
It's
there?
look, taxes support government. They support your roads.
We have
They
60% of our bridges are functionally obsolete.
Yes.
We have a $900 million deficit.
But we have $2 billion in the bank, man.
and,
Don't worry.
and the governor wants to cut more because we pay too
and
much in
tax us
taxes.
more. And now they want to tax us more.
But
now, apparently,
but this does fit with what John's saying. If we all had a transporter in our car, John, the people that don't drive wouldn't pay, right? The people that drive a lot would pay more, which is a user fee, which is what the GOP believes in.
which impact, by the way, which again, use tax usually impacts lower income folks more because they have less to use.
For sure. But the GOP does believe in that. So I mean, I think the way the governor and the supermajority view this issue, I don't know if the governor does actually. I know this. Whoever's bringing this up, they look at it if you're a driver, you're going to pay more. If you're a senior that barely drives your car, you probably won't pay that much. So you'll be sitting at home
And
using the roads.
I think another idea is a lot of out-of-state people use our roads,
Right.
so why don't they help pay
8094,
for Indiana?
which is why they brought that up.
Yeah.
It's an interstate.
Oh,
so
yeah. I mean,
people drive right through the state of Indiana, and sometimes they don't even stop one time, right?
right.
So if under this scenario, they would cross through our state and they would pay us $5 or $6 as they cross through, even though they didn't get off and use a restroom or do anything, but they'd leave their $5 here, and we would use that to help patch up the $900 million gap.
The other thing I would mention is, a long time ago, we did have a toll road that paid us a lot of money and that we used for roads along the infrastructure along the toll road, as well as other roads, but we sold it.
True.
So the Indiana toll road the money that you pay on the Indiana toll road doesn't go to Indiana anymore.
Goes to Australia and Spain.
Yes.
Right.
So there you have it.
I can't.
Big heavy
we
sigh
have
from
to
John
move on,
Vesmar.
dude. This kind of stuff is insane. How this is even being discussed.
This is where it's going, though. I'm saying, it may not happen now. It may not happen 5 years from now. I'm going to make a bold claim. 20 years from now, this is going to be how we
Every
pay
road
for
in America will be
Yes.
toll road.
It'll be everybody will have a transponder in their car. Your transponder will be hooked to your credit card, and everywhere you drive, you'll just get a little bill every month, and it'll just settle it out with your credit card. That's how it's going to be in the future.
Even though-
we can't afford what we have, guys. We have in Hammond, I have 300 miles of roads, and I could usually afford to fix about 5 miles a year. I got 300 miles of roads. Right? And that's not even counting the alleys. Alleys are a whole separate monster that nobody ever wants to fix.
Right.
But that doesn't even count the alleys.
Yeah, and the other thing I read about the legislation is that communities that want to have roads fixed in their areas have to have a wheel tax, which is one of the things
Thankfully, we did that last year.
Wait, say that again.
Yeah.
If you want
it's in
to
there.
grab any of this new
Community
toll money,
crossing, community crossings.
any
right.
grant from the state, you have to have a wheel tax in your community.
This is like what they pulled
shall.
with the property tax stuff.
Yes!
You have to have an income tax.
Right.
Dude. Wow.
But they're not the ones doing it, John. So, you could be a good Republican in Indiana. If you force me to pass a tax, then you're not the one passing the tax, and you're a good Republican, and I'm the fucking asshole. Right? That's really what's going on is because if Ron is successful in shifting the burden of property taxes to the locals, so they'll take $10 million out of my budget, and then they'll give me an opportunity in Hammond to replace that $10 million with $10 million of local taxes. So Braun feels better about himself because he's I gave Hammond a $10 million tax break. But I gave Mayor McDermott the ability to follow it up with $10 million in local taxes.
And try to get it through, by the way.
Right. So, like, yeah,
Locally.
but I probably could in Hammond. Some people won't be able to. So if you can't get it through, then you got to cut $10 million out of your budget.
Or-
and where does that come in cities and towns?
Or think about this.
Police and fire.
That's right. That's who gets
Police
to
and
get cut.
fire.
Police,
it's
fire,
going to be fucking
roads,
police and fire that suffer.
parks.
Yeah. I mean, parks are like last in line in a city. No offense. I love parks. But like, if I can't pay police and fire, you think I'm worried about the fucking parks? No offense. But like, if I can't pay for public safety, who gives a fuck about parks? Right? No offense. I love parks. But if I can't pay cops and firemen, it's the fucking last thing you're going to think of. And so all of our parks in Indiana are just going to go to shit if this kind of stuff happens.
And by the
It's
way,
like,
one of the things I heard was that they're gonna, if they give locals the ability to raise this money that they're gonna lose, and it's not little bit, it's a lot of money. And by the way, that means schools lose it, counties lose it, townships lose it, everybody loses it, libraries lose it. You would have to do it by referendum. Good luck getting that through. Mm-hmm. Good luck getting a referendum through that says we're going to increase your income tax.
right.
Yep.
It's I don't ever get fired up. I try not to get fired up during the session. It's my new thing. Don't react. Don't get all fired up.
See where it goes first.
The thing about the General Assembly is any swinging dick legislator could drop a bill.
Right.
Okay. And they could be the dumbest fucking thing you've ever read in your life. But they're like a senior legislator. They drop a bill, they give it consideration, and then they freaking get rid of it because it's ridiculous. So, like, this is pretty ridiculous in my opinion. I don't think it's going anywhere, but we'll
wait
see.
and see.
We'll
Yep.
see. I mean, if it does go someplace, Hoosier voters will be furious with the GOP. If this does happen and we have transponders in our car and we're paying toll to go get a Starbucks in the morning, yeah.
This could be the best thing ever for the Democratic Party in Indiana.
That's why, like, that was a conversation I had last night with another a friend of ours, Kevin Pastrick, reached out to Kevin and I with the story rec. This was the story rec. And then he's like, this is ridiculous. And I'm like, Kevin, if they pass this, we're back in business, man. I mean, because they're going to be like, fuck you guys, putting transporters, like Big Brother stuff in my car,
We'll see what happens. And this is just, by the way, this bill, it gives the governor the tools to do this. It doesn't like right away impose it. So-
Why? Why would you want to advance this to give the governor tools to do this?
Great question.
How this made its way out of the committee already? What the?
14-9. I think the Democrats voted against it, John. The high-taxing Democrats voted against
freaking
it.
Dude,
those liberals.
crazy,
Liberal.
crazy.
Tax and spend Democrats.
Yes.
Yep.
Hey, before we get to our ads, I wanted to put a shout out to Drake Bowen. I gave a couple bucks to him and his
you got
NIL
the
money.
shirt on,
yeah,
baby.
man. This is the second one I got.
Local.
First one didn't fit. Marissa got me. I think she ordered it from China or something. The first one, like, it was the right size, body
He orders his
wise.
underwear there. You might as well get the Drake Bowen jersey.
The
from
problem
there.
with it was you couldn't pull the neck
Oh.
through. Like, my head must
Chinese
be
neck
abnormally
versus
large. Yeah, I think
American
I'm like
neck.
in China. I'm a freakish
Big
like,
neck.
freakishly large
Why don't,
necked.
why don't you talk about our guests coming in? A little
Yeah,
bit?
dude. Third segment, we got Ren Terry. He's a talent agent that we use in the city of Hammond. He gets our rap groups, and he has a crazy thing with Latin bands too. But more importantly, Ren has a lot of great stories, and he was commenting in chat last week, and we were like, "Why don't we ever have Ren on the show?" Here
Well,
we
he
are.
was commenting
years
on the
later.
Kendrick Lamar Drake diss feud.
So we're gonna have to ask him a little bit about that. I want to see if he thought the show was good.
I
the
think he's got
halftime
some
show,
big stories,
and then we're gonna ask him some stories.
some inside info.
Yes.
All right, good. All right, so let's do some ads and come back.
Sounds good. Power in Indiana, Lake County, our premier studio sponsor. They just hosted an event for the legislators in the State House yesterday. Roots Chris.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. I enjoy Roots Chris. Power in Indiana. Just wanted to point that out, Roots Chris is good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lockpod's open-minded. If you guys wanted to go out to Roots Chris and talk about the show.
Take
I'm
out
just-
the locomotive.
Yeah, man.
Take out the
Why
crew.
not, Doty? Come on, guys. Power in Indiana, Lake County. Lockpod, steak, I'm just throwing it out there.
Just saying words at this point.
Just
Lobster
this
tail.
way.
like, and red wine. Okay.
Cream spinach.
Power in Indiana, Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. At Power in Indiana, Lake County, we set the standard for excellence in electrical work. As IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors, we ensure safety, reliability, and quality for Northwest Indiana businesses and homes alike. But our mission goes beyond the job site. We're creating a brighter future for the region we proudly serve. Power in Indiana, Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community. Find the right electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and outdoor patio serving its award-winning craft beer, a chef-driven food menu, and craft cocktails on draft. Their brewing equipment and a production facility offer a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, or corporate parties. With their new food truck, they can cater your corporate and private events off-site, just off 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Discover more at bywaybrewing.beer.
Kuklakis Law. Are you facing legal challenges and don't know where to turn? Look no further than Kuklakis Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and Illinois. Struggling with immigration paperwork, need a visa, green card, or help with naturalization? Kuklakis Law is here to guide you every step of the way. Our attorneys have the experience to guide you through the complex process of family immigration, humanitarian relief, and naturalization with ease. Don't face immigration challenges alone. Call Kuklakis Law at 219-671-6347 to schedule a free consultation. Hablamos Español.
Rogers Roofing. When you want the best for your home and your family, trust the best in the business. Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing has transformed homes in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland for more than 55 years, providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more and to schedule your free consultation, visit rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com or 933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. Stay in the loop and connected by checking out their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. For tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltonsberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing and metal business cards, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions using the latest innovation and technology. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today. Thanks to our sponsors.
Yeah. Cardi B update, huh?
No.
No, I never got to that.
It's in the.
You got it.
I know.
Wait, you can't tease that. You got to tell me.
What is the
Well,
I know.
There's
I was thinking it was going to be an infection or something.
No,
I was really looking.
Yeah, so Cardi
like
B.
you throw it in the notes. I read
know,
it out
I
on
never
the show,
got
and you're
to
like,
it 'cause
nah, never mind that story.
I never was able to follow up on it. She was complaining about something that about her heels at the Grammys, and she said in return, and she somehow blamed Trump for it, and she said in return she wants Trump to undeport her uncle. So I was trying to figure out if that was true or not, but I could never locate the truth.
All right, we got a Kanye update.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
What's
Wow.
the update on Kanye?
Well,
Kevin, you started this.
I think, John, you're the Kanye guy.
Well, rumor was going around yesterday that him and Bianca were getting a divorce after everything that went down the past couple weeks. From the nude appearance at the Grammys to his Twitter tirade.
to declaring himself a Nazi and selling swastika T-shirts on Shopify.
That was wild. Did we even cover that?
No.
Like, he ran a Super Bowl ad to go
Locally.
to Yeezy.com.
Yeah.
And the only thing that was available to buy was a swastika T-shirt. That is wild.
He's insane, man.
Wild. And then he said, I'm not bipolar, I just have autism.
So did you guys see that thing on...
I was like, what?
Did you guys see that? This is a good lead-in. Okay, so did you guys see on TikTok or on Facebook, they had like a video out of, it was like a black and white video with a bunch of like famous actors, like Jerry Seinfeld was on there, and he had a shirt that said Kanye, and it had like a middle finger, right?
Mm-hmm.
It had like the dude from Friends, like the main
David Schwimmer.
David Schwimmer from Friends, and they had like a bunch of Scarlett
a lot of
Johansson.
Jewish actors and actresses.
Did you see that?
Yeah, and it was all AI.
It was AI.
Dude.
It's crazy.
Fucking unreal, dude. It was all deep fakes. And like, so Scarlett Johansson just came out this morning with a story saying the federal government needs to do something about this. She didn't give her permission.
None of them did.
That is fucking mind.
And the guy who did it came out and said this was not meant to be offensive. It was just meant to be like artistic and
they probably
my
feel
thoughts
that
about
way.
the issue.
But like you could like grab.
Yeah,
that blows my mind, man. So
and
like.
She was kind of like, look, I'm a proud Jewish actress, and I obviously have strong opinions about this issue, but I didn't give my permission for this.
There should be like a requirement from the federal government that if you're doing deep fakes, there's got to be something visible on the screen, like a disclaimer, like a political, like this is a deep fake AI image, right? Mm-hmm. So because I'll be honest with you, man,
we're getting to the point where it's fooling a lot of regular people.
That fooled me, dude. I'll guarantee you. Like what would you?
A lot of people that have normal and regular intelligent people that are getting faked.
Did you know that was fake?
The only reason I knew is because the first time I saw it was on the news talking about a fake. I never saw it live.
Marissa said she knew it was fake. Yeah. How did
John,
you know
it
was fake?
Yes, because Zuck does not look that way now.
Oh, Zuckerberg was in there.
Yeah, he's much more like swole. He's like working out now.
I think like Paul Simon was in it. There's like
it was like all these. Did you see it, Joe?
I just saw. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just saw like it was a story.
Did you know it was fake?
I didn't watch the video.
Dude, it's fucking. Can you pull it up, John?
Yeah.
It's like
sure I could find
it's freaking shocking. I wouldn't even think. First off, I thought it was a normal reaction to Kanye being an asshole for a bunch of Jewish actors to get together and say "fuck you, Kanye." I didn't think that was like. So I wasn't prepared to look out for deep fakes. Mm-hmm. This one totally fooled me, man. Because like it blew my mind this morning when I found out it was fake. It's the one. It's the black and white one right there.
Yeah,
that's it. So if you can't
Drake,
see this,
there's Drake.
No one's putting Drake.
See that's not Jerry. What Jerry looks like right now. That's how I. That's one
see, I don't really know much about Hollywood, so that's Jerry Seinfeld. That's who is that?
Spielberg.
That's Spielberg.
Spielberg.
This is Zuckerberg's way too young.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, they're putting
Sacha Baron Cohen, right?
Yeah.
David Schwimmer.
Schwimmer is super old now. Yeah.
Wow. And that's Lisa Kudrow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who this fuckers, guys. That's Zach Galifianakis?
Jack Black.
No, that's Jack Black, dude.
That's Michael Bloomberg.
There's Paul Simon.
Paul Simon. Simon and Garfunkel? That's
yeah.
Is that Lenny Kravitz?
Yeah.
That's who is she?
Natalie Portman.
Well, a lot of Jewish. There's Woody Allen, and basically
Sam
they have T-shirts on with it.
She's
with
not Jewish.
Star David in the middle.
She's like
that
European.
Says Kanye with the middle finger.
But fuck Kanye anyway.
I agree. Fuck Kanye anyway. I agree, but
what have you done to F Kanye? Like, have you done anything
dude? That's a great shirt. First off, we should get that. That's a great shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we have that shirt? That fuck Kanye shirt. It's great. Like I want one.
I'm sure it's being sold.
That's a Lockpod shirt.
Well, the latest is they're not getting divorced.
Oh,
what the hell is going on with the news?
That's the latest.
You can't let her.
Tabloid rumors.
He won't let her.
Yeah. Yes, he's domineering. He's dominating her.
But like the news, you can't rely on shit now.
No, you can't.
Well, go on to your next story.
Well, hold on. This is true because this quote from, of all people, Milo Yiannopoulos, like how he became their spokesperson. He's one of my favorites.
Who's that?
He is this.
He's an NBA player?
No. He's an ultra conservative guy from England who lives in America. And
Tom here is a Greek surname, and he's in the NBA.
He's on the Bucks, I think.
No, Milo's great. He's one of two people I follow on X.
Giannis?
But anyway, he somehow became their rep, and he says this is the fifth or sixth time the press has said they're getting divorced. They're not getting divorced.
There you go. You heard it here on Lockpot First. Thank you, John, for the update.
All right. So this is another one that was going around TikTok hard last week, and I was going to pull it up and do a story on it because it was shocking to me. Okay. So, John, could you play the clip, the TikTok link?
Yes.
Okay. So this is one. This is a TikTok link, and this is when USAID gets invaded by Elon Musk and Doge, and about a day or two later, all these things started coming out on TikTok. That was like things that Elon Musk and Doge found within USAID, and it was shocking stuff.
Allegedly.
Like people that went to Ukraine and got like $5 million, Ben Stiller. Like all these actors that you thought were doing things because they loved America and they wanted to support Ukraine, you find out that they're getting millions of dollars from USAID, according to all these TikToks that are coming out. So this is one that got my attention because it was like, what the fuck? So let's play it.
Chelsea Clinton got $84 million from U.S. taxpayers' money. She receives an annually recurring funding allocated by Obama for her foundation, which provides afternoon meals to children in Africa, India, and Bangladesh. However, as of today, the reported number of meals served stands at 11,886, implying an astonishing cost of $1,410 per meal. Now, Chelsea Clinton's net worth is $70 million. Her husband's net worth is $45 million.
Yeah, that's good.
Inheritance,
This gives you an idea. Now, this is like amplified by multiple accounts, multiple people sharing. It's basically, for me, a guy that looks at politics on TikTok, it's basically you're going to see it 3 or 4 times in one session because everybody's sharing it. Mm-hmm. Everybody's outraged. It's got that fucking voice that we're all used to hearing, like that guy.
I always think that's a bot when I hear the voice.
It is a bot, but it's a computer bot. But like this one, like, I was like, there's no, if this is fucking true, man, we're dead as a party. Like, if the Clinton family is getting all this money through the Clinton Foundation and then part of it's breaking off and going to Chelsea, that is, how is the Democratic Party ever going to recover from something like this? And I was telling Kevin, because we didn't know for sure that it was a lie, and I was like, if I was fucking Chelsea Clinton, I would sue somebody's ass. I would be coming out forcefully against this. So then I decided to look up, what's Chelsea doing about all this?
And here she is. She's not
fighting
happy.
back.
Chelsea Clinton lashes out at MAGA for spreading USAID conspiracies about her.
Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, because, and Tom's comment, like, I was like, Tom, we got to look this up because there's no way this is true. And it's not. And I think the interesting thing that Tom brought up is, can you sue for defamation? You can't sue social media, right? But I can tell you this.
You can't sue TikTok. You
Right.
can't sue Facebook. You can't sue Twitter because they're just carrying other people's hate. Basically.
But I think somebody like Chelsea Clinton or somebody like Ben Stiller, who also, by the way, made sure everybody knew, and like Tom
Ben
said,
Stiller came out also.
Yeah, he said
it was just as viral that Ben Stiller took $5 million to go to Ukraine from USAID, and it makes you like wonder, like, I
you're
thought
like,
these guys
I'm hoping
were doing
that's
it.
not true.
Like I thought these guys were doing it because they loved us and they loved America and they
wanted
loved
to show
right. But they're
Ukraine
getting
with them.
$5 million, fucking multimillionaires.
Right.
That's like horribly dispiriting.
And
if
guess
that's
what?
True.
They weren't. In fact, Ben Stiller came out and said every penny I went to Ukraine, I spent with my own money. And I think that goes to show you that these guys were doing it out of the
love of the country.
love of trying to highlight, using their platform to highlight Ukraine or whatever. And I think what Tom does say, and I think is really interesting, is that someone has to, either it's Ben Stiller or it's Chelsea Clinton or somebody with that kind of profile has to go after people that potentially like repost these.
Like, do it like John. I'm not a computer guy, you know that, but I would hire somebody that's real smart and dig and find out who the fucking first influencer that spread that lie, and then you sue their ass because it's obviously false. And they're like, okay, prove I got $84 million from USAID, and they can't prove it, and they're going to be liable just like
because one of the
Alex Jones and
yeah. I mean, one of the elements, and Tom knows this, he's a lawyer, but one of the elements of defamation is publication. So I would argue that, but reposting it could be publication. It'd be no different than like putting it
from. Like,
I think it's
the Ben Stiller thing. Like,
that's Russian
bots. Yeah, for sure.
For sure. It's Russian bots for sure.
And it just wants to just sow discord.
And Russia would definitely want to be
America.
involved against Ben Stiller because Ben Stiller's out there bringing attention to Ukraine, which is fighting in a war against Russia.
For
so,
sure.
of course, they're looking at Ben Stiller like, we're going to fuck you over, Ben.
You want to play that real quick, John? This is a short one. It's a short one, I think. It's on Morning Joe.
Yeah.
False claim on social media amplified by Elon Musk. The initial post claimed Stiller and other celebrities were paid millions of dollars by USAID to make trips to Ukraine after the Russian invasion there. Musk reposted a video which has racked up millions of views.
See? Like, why not
Stiller
sue?
slamming the accusation, calling it totally false, and adding, "These are lies coming from Russian media. I completely self-funded my humanitarian trip to Ukraine. There was no funding from USAID and certainly no personal payments."
There you go.
So just out of thin air.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and like Elon
The
Musk
guy's like-
reposts it. So
the
why
guy's
can't you
like-
sue Elon Musk?
I'm sure he's probably thinking about it.
I mean,
why not? Like if he settles, he's going to settle for $100 million. Like
Well,
the
by the
guy's
way,
a
just
multi-billionaire.
push the issue. By the way,
Fuck
like
yeah, dude.
push the issue and make people think twice about reposting things.
You know, it's speaking of Elon Musk, this whole thing with him sending they're sending like shitty, scary letters to all the federal government employees right now. And there's something just so tasteless about
it's
that.
so creepy
This is
and
their
mean.
fucking job, dude.
Yes.
Like, we're not multi-billionaires, Elon. That's how we put food on the table. So when you're like nonchalantly threatening to fire people and then pulling it back. It's like you're toying with them, you fucking asshole.
I mean, John, right? I
You
mean,
fucking asshole.
It's so
like
mean.
That's your job. Can you imagine, John? Like if I was just like fucking with you about your job all the time, and I'm like, oh, I send you an email like you have until tomorrow to quit, and then I pull it back like, sorry, dude, it's too late, and you're like, dude, this is my life. You fucking asshole. This is how I pay my mortgage. You know,
Yeah,
you fucking dick. Elon Musk is a piece of shit, dude.
And
Like,
I think that what
excuse my language.
Yeah, I think what the
Just for
disclaimer
that one.
God,
like
dude,
John
it's
and I
just
were
like-
talking about this, right, John? Like there are
Yeah.
people that have spent decades of their lives dedicated to their job, regardless of who the president is, regardless of, you know, they're not going to root out like, oh, we're rooting out all the people that didn't vote for Trump, which is
Right.
crazy anyway, by the way. Like whether you vote for somebody or you vote against somebody, you don't get fired from your federal job for it where you've done a good job. I mean, if you have bad, you know, maybe you have bad marks or you're not doing good in your job, that's a whole other thing. We're talking about people that have dedicated their lives to serving the government, being public servants,
Yeah,
probably
they're just normal middle class
Yes.
people.
And if you're in USAID, I imagine you're a pretty, emphatic person. You
Yeah.
want to help people.
Of
I'm a
course.
USAID. I go to like Bangladesh and I feed them food.
There
you know?
probably are
like
a
you're
lot
not
of
like
liberal
some
people
asshole
in there.
right? But you're just also the kind of person that just wants to spread love.
Yeah.
You work for USAID. It's like. And then Elon Musk comes in there and just toys with you. This freaking multi-billionaire just toying with you like, oh, you're going to, oh, you didn't quit yet? Oh, sorry. It's like, fuck you, man. Like, how does...
there's no pain for him.
It's like, I agree. Like, he could walk away tomorrow from the White House and his life goes on because he's got multi-billions, right? But these poor little suckers that are not multi-billionaires, he just toys with you like you're a little ant. Like,
it's really
oh,
distasteful.
jump, ant, jump. Oh, you want your job? Like, what
it's
a...
so distasteful.
It's such a... You guys voted for this. I'm so freaking proud of myself that I didn't vote for that piece of shit. I'm so proud of myself because Donald Trump's a monster, dude. And Elon Musk is a piece of crap, too. And if
Elon
you
Musk-
voted for him, you should be freaking embarrassed, honestly, because this is ridiculous.
At this point, I really do have a bigger issue with Elon Musk than I do Donald Trump so far. I mean, like I'm no fan of Donald Trump. We all know that, but I'm telling you, this Elon Musk thing, it just bugs me.
It bugs me, too.
It like just like John, like I think I put something in the notes about this is actually it's funny, but it's also weird. Like about him showing up at the White House in the Oval Office, by the way, with the president at the Resolute desk, and you know his advisors there, all in suits, all hanging out. And Elon Musk rolls into the Oval Office, right? The house that we've all, you know, that
Right.
is for all the people of America.
But hold it before we do this.
Yes.
You know a lot about body language, right?
Yes.
Like, and like one thing that I've always learned is like, if somebody's standing and you're sitting, they're trying to exert power over you. And if they walk behind your desk, like I've seen people do that to me in my desk, where they come from their chair and they walk around the desk and they're like standing over the top of me on my side of the desk. And it's a total fucking power move, man. It's like, get the fuck back on your side and sit your ass down. I'm the goddamn mayor, right? And this is the mayor's office, right? But like you're in the president's office standing while he's sitting behind his desk, and you bring your little shit-eating 2-year-old kid in there too, by the way. It's like the total power move on the president of the United States.
Yeah, and by the way, like, you know, again, I'm one of the people I don't like, you know, Stephen Miller, all these guys, even the president's advisors, they're in suit and ties. They're off to the side when they're doing the press conference.
Yes.
They're not standing in front. Like, they may even have a comment, but they stand off to the side in respect to the office and respect to the president. This is bizarre to me.
But Trump let him.
He's got
Yes.
like a baseball hat on in a T-shirt.
But why did Trump let him? Does Elon have...
I don't know.
He is obviously very beholden to Elon Musk.
I don't know why.
It seems like it.
There's
Like this is an
something
interesting
going on.
take.
Yeah, this is a really interesting
Like,
take.
he looks like an old man in that picture too, like old.
Check
Yeah.
this out.
Trump?
Yeah.
Here, let's watch this.
A picture of presidential subservience, the likes of which we have never seen. The most powerless image of a president of the United States ever created by a camera. There it is. In that shot, Elon Musk is doing everything he possibly can to tell the world, without saying a word, that Donald Trump is not the boss of me. Donald Trump is the boss of the other adults in that shot, Stephen Miller and Will Scharf, and that's why they are following Donald Trump's lead on the dress code for the Oval Office, which is the same dress code that has existed for every previous president. Elon Musk owns suits and ties. We've seen him wearing them. But today he decided to do the billionaire thing. I met my first billionaire 25 years
Yeah. So, I mean, his whole point is the billionaire thing is, he told a story about being in L.A. and everyone's in suits and ties at a party, and the billionaire walks in in a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't have to. I'm not beholden to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I can do whatever the F I want, and I can wear a T-shirt here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Elon Musk did in the Oval Office.
See, I'm just not getting fired up about this stuff. I'm trying not to.
That kid needs to get punched.
This kid had some hilarious things.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Disclaimer. Couple things I want to just say about the kid in the room, and we're going to play these actually funny clips about the kid, what he said.
The only time I've ever seen a kid in that room is JFK's kids.
Yes,
running around.
under
the president's
his dad's
kids.
desk.
Right. The
Not during a
president's
press
kid.
conference.
Right. Like Elon Musk's kid. Elon Musk, a South African native, his kid.
Did you hear about this?
What?
They've isolated the kid's audio when he talked.
Uh-huh.
Here's one thing.
Let's listen.
Prices from one year to the next are the same, and they're.
I want you to shush your mouth.
He tells the president that.
Where is that little boy
learning that?
I'm going to go back to what
Elon's
Jill
not
just said.
saying shush.
Elon just said that kid needs to be punched.
Do the next one,
second
John.
that motion, Jill.
Here's the next one.
To restore democracy. This may seem like, well, are we in a democracy?
You're not the president. You need to go away.
Are you?
Where is he getting this stuff?
Play it
from?
again.
Okay.
Restore democracy.
The little kid's worth more than Donald Trump is.
Probably. And plus, what's with the way that they spell? Did you see this whole thing with the name?
What?
Oh, he's
It's
weird.
like
dude, it's
weird.
like that's his. That's his name. Look at that.
Could you read
What
it out
is
for me,
that?
please?
Symbols and
It's
shit.
like
you
the
read it
letter
off, please?
X, a comma, the molded AE in some languages, a letter A, a hyphen,
Could you just
and an
read it?
X,
It's easier.
II.
Please just read it.
I can't.
It's just-
J-A is she.
Why does Elon
Known as
only
X.
bring this kid around? He has like a dozen kids.
By the way, the
Well,
kid's
that
mom
one hates him.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
pissed.
true.
He can't bring her.
The kid's mom, which is Canadian musician Grimes, was not happy about the fact that her son was in the Oval Office, and she said he should not be in public like this.
Yeah.
I did not see this. Thank you for alerting me. But
You know
I'm glad
why?
he was polite.
He shouldn't be in
side.
public because people are going to say things about that little kid,
That's
like
right.
what Jill and I just said, right? Because they're going to say things like, I hope that little kid gets punched, right? They're going to say stuff like that because Elon Musk put him in the middle of the freaking news cycle. He's sitting in the Oval Office next to the President of the United States.
And by the way, who else
Of
could
course
bring...
you're going to talk about
I
this
don't
little
see Trump's
shit eater.
grandkids in there. Like, who
Right,
other
like-
kids get to go in there?
Right?
By the way, could you imagine if it was a woman bringing her kid in?
Dude.
People would be like,
Right, but
Why is
like,
she bringing her
Elon
kid to
could
work?
do whatever because he's a multi-billionaire and he obviously has pictures of the president.
something. I don't get it. I just wonder when this is going to end.
Not just multi,
So,
like 400
Tom's giving on
billion.
camera the
Dude, it's
hurry up,
820.
Kevin.
It's
400
820.
billion.
It's 820.
Okay,
Yeah.
do something about it.
No, we have
Read an
we have a
ad.
guest in the blue room, so
It's like you're not in charge of this.
Yeah, you're in
podcast.
charge, Tom.
no, I'm just like no.
Let me stand up.
I just realized it was 8:20.
I'm not done talking about punching kids.
This
You
is a
spent-
power move, Tom.
Sorry.
You spent 5 minutes talking about punching little children, and now you're wondering why we're late.
Yeah,
People need
we are
to
late.
hear it.
All right, Tom's gonna read the first ad. He's gonna go get Ren Terry, and we're gonna do this.
Yeah, we got Ren sitting in the waiting room. We don't like to keep people waiting, so
Oh
we're a
my
little later than normal.
God.
But yeah, America's screwed right now.
This is quite a show.
Yeah. Let's do some Frankie V's. No need to dress up. It's a casual place. Bring the whole family. We have plenty of space. A hidden gem in Hammond. You don't have to drive far. Delicious food, great service, and yes, a full bar. Try a homemade pizza chips, Italian beef, sausage, marinara, and more. We have delicious pizza, pasta, and Italian foods galore. Don't go where they don't remember you. It's just not the same. Come to Frankie V's where everybody really knows your name. Visit us today at thefrankieV's.com for daily specials, full menu, and hours.
Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give Cantrell and Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with someone who's in court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell, 219-554-4LAW, or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Wait, that is
Whoa.
that is not the.
Tortillas, baby.
Hold on, here it is.
Tortillas Nuevo
That was
León,
exciting
hechas
tortillas.
con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
Calumet Brewing Busch Light, the coldest and smoothest light lager around the second fastest growing beer in the country, and we're serious about cracking a cold one and heading for the mountains. As the official beer of NASCAR and the professional bull riders, Busch Light is always cold and smooth and waiting for you. Head over to Cal Brewer, the Busch Light websites and social media pages for details on this great family of beers. Enjoy a Busch Light with beers and cheers responsibly.
For decades, the Ron J. Prestomer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. The Prestomer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Prestomer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
Thanks to our sponsors,
including our studio sponsor, Power Indiana and Lake County. Whoa.
I know. Welcome
now
to the studio.
I feel cooler just right now.
The CEO of Go Boyz Entertainment, Ren Terry, is a guest on Lockpod. Good to see you, Ren. Welcome to the studio.
Man, thank you guys for having me.
Good to see you.
Yeah, pull the microphone up to you so everybody can hear you good.
Absolutely.
Good to see you, man.
Good seeing you guys, too.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
So, like, you're the expert on rap music in my world.
Okay.
Although my son Chase give you a close second. But
Shots fired, Chase.
Shots fired, Chase.
Pete Novak is out
Pete
there
Novak,
saying, what about
right.
me?
Ren's in the studio.
He's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
What'd you think of the halftime show? Because I'm out there defending it, and I'm in small company.
For me, for the Super Bowl, I guess it's kind of like which way you're looking at it. I think in terms of who I would have had perform at the Super Bowl, I probably would have picked somebody different.
Yeah?
Because I am a Lil Wayne guy.
I love Lil Wayne.
So the fact that the Super Bowl was in New Orleans, just off the back, you're going to say Lil Wayne. And
he's from New Orleans?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's his city. So it's like, I think they could have did him a solid by having him perform. But
isn't Lil Wayne close to Drake though?
Yeah, of course.
So that's
Drake is his
happen.
artist. Drake is his artist.
Right.
But at the same time, in all fairness, just because Lil Wayne is from New Orleans does not mean that he had to perform at that Super Bowl.
Right.
So when you are tapped into the culture of hip hop, and you're following everything that's going on in hip-hop over this last year, this last Super Bowl, who was it? It was Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre.
Oh, they hit everybody. That was like old school.
Was that last year?
They did the old school, right?
That was the one. That was a great one.
I love that one. That was maybe 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
They wouldn't do rap 2 years in a row. Who did last year, guys? Could you look it up real quick?
John will look it up. All right, so anyway.
Yeah, so just coming from that,
but that was a good one. I love that one.
Yeah,
Snoop and Dr. Dre.
that was
they had the house,
it was crunk,
right?
dude. It was like they played the whole. It was amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I guess for me, it was one of those things like, okay, for this year, everybody made a big deal about it, but if you paid attention to hip-hop, you would know that Kendrick Lamar and Drake's beef was the biggest thing in hip-hop.
So there's no question they had to have
It was
Kendrick.
no question. Even with Lil Wayne and him being a legend himself, he had nothing in comparison to what the traction that Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef brought. So you're talking about, a lot of back and forth for the whole year. So finally it gets to the Super Bowl, and you have Jay-Z, who's basically in charge of delegating who should be on the...
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Usher.
He's
Usher.
like...
Usher was last year.
Usher. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
I didn't like that one
Yeah.
that much.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Usher was it was cool. It was
Okay.
cool. But with Jay-Z being in position, I can understand why he said let's get Kendrick in there, because he knew the dynamic of what that was going to do.
Well, Kendrick's at the top of the game right now.
Oh, by far.
I didn't like. I'll be honest with you though. I listen to Kendrick. Okay, I don't know all of his songs, but I know most of them. I didn't think the song selection was that great. I thought, like, first off, and I understand Poetic Justice is a Drake song, so he can't sing that, but like they didn't. It seemed to me like it was, of course, not like us is going to be played because of the reasons you just said. But it seemed like the other company tracks were like weak. I didn't get like the song selection.
Now everybody that's watching this, listen up. Let me explain to you Kendrick Lamar's genius in what he did at the Super Bowl. Okay.
Holy shit, dude!
Kendrick,
There's like 150 people came on right after you came on the air.
That's great.
Holy shit!
Where were they when we were?
What the hell? You know, we do this twice a week, people. Like, holy shit! I looked.
We need to start letting Ren. We gotta have Ren push us.
Fucking Ren, you're never coming in here again. Damn it!
Don't embarrass us like that, Ren.
God damn it, Ren!
Thank you guys for tapping in. No,
It's like the Ren Mayor Tom beef.
I was like, what the hell's going on here?
oh, that's so funny.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, man.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No. Yeah, so what people weren't paying attention to was the fact that a lot of the diehard Kendrick fans, they were kind of upset because they didn't hear the songs that they knew to love from Kendrick.
Which ones would you have played if you were? I would have done.
Or were you fine with what he did?
I was fine with it because I really.
Do you think he was going for more like the symbolism? He wanted to like more like have like the American flag, so he had to have a song that
Yeah.
It seemed to me he was more focused on like making a point than. And entertaining.
I always think it's like kind of like a deep. There's something I'm missing usually.
Right.
I'm like, okay, Kendrick, I'm missing the whole.
That's why
point
Ren's here,
usually.
right?
Yeah,
Let's help us,
Ren,
man.
interpret this.
Right. But see, this is the thing that we can talk till tomorrow about things that we may have seen, little subliminals, different little messages but it's bigger than that. Okay, when Kendrick, the songs that everybody loved from Kendrick Lamar, when he released those songs, it was under TDE. That was his original label. When he was under TDE, Kendrick Lamar got 50% of his sales from his music.
Okay.
That was his deal with his label. It was like 50 to 60%. Now, when the Super Bowl came up, what a lot of people don't know is Kendrick Lamar left his old label and started his new label, which is PG Lang. That's his new record label. Now, under PG Lang, Kendrick Lamar owns 80% of his music. So just because what he did was so genius is he made sure he did not perform any music off
crazy.
of TDE.
Interesting.
Wow. That's crazy, dude. That's
So,
like Taylor
yeah.
Taylor Swift stuff.
Yeah, so he knew for himself.
He's gonna be like her, like re-record them, right?
Yeah, and you got to think about it. Okay, he performed for free, but now he comes out with the album Grammy Weekend.
Uh-huh.
He comes out with this album. That was all the build-up for the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
Was that all what he was playing?
Yeah,
It was all
so,
the new stuff.
So everything that was on when he won the Grammy and those songs, that was off his new
That's
label.
why we need Ren here.
Yep.
So when he did the Super Bowl, a lot of people were like, man, that was stupid. Why wouldn't you perform this?
Right.
I want to hear that song. What he did was gave himself a
Interesting.
bigger paycheck.
There you go.
He made
See,
30% more.
Thank
by,
you for coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you for interpreting that for us, Ren.
I know, because I was like, "What the hell is going on, dude?" I didn't know one of the freaking songs, man.
Yeah.
So
it was a genius move.
before we kind of keep going, I just want to make sure because that was our number one question. But we want to introduce you a little bit. I mean, I know you're our CEO of Go Boyz Entertainment. Mm-hmm. You're a Hammond resident now, which is really cool,
Yes.
which I know the mayor loves.
Yes.
And you have been for well over a decade booking talent around the
How
country.
did we meet you, man? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I was just giving a really good
Right.
pump
It was
up for him.
great.
Thank
But
you.
like, I'm trying to remember. How did we? What was our
I
first
don't
show?
remember. How did we get
I
introduced
mean, it
to
just
Ren?
seems like Ren's been with us forever.
Yeah. I don't remember.
So-
What was our first show, Ren?
The first show, well, to go back to how we met, one of my close friends, Thomas Liptek.
Oh,
Here we
that
go.
was, and
He played the show. He
Yeah.
played the fest.
yeah,
And that's how he met you.
and he's been,
Damn, I
I've been
forgot
in this
about that.
industry a while now, so
He's a good kid.
and I remember even.
By
when
the
we
way,
lived in
like
Chicago.
he's a good citizen now too. Now,
Man.
besides being a talented young man, and a talented entertainer, he's also a good citizen, which
Man,
is nice to see.
He's a great guy, man, and what he's doing with the youth right now, with this football
Yep.
team, the Hammond Railhawks, man, I am
I
like
got
really
the hat in
proud.
my house. He's
yeah.
a nice young
I'm proud of
man.
him. I'm
proud
really
of him too, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
that you
that's
brought him
how
up.
we met.
Yeah.
And what was the first big show we did with you? What was the first big show we did? At
The first big show that we did was the T.I. and
Yep.
Gucci Mane.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh man.
That was-
Now,
That was off the charts, bro.
oh my God, and
That was our first like stupidly big
And
show.
Joe was at the Pav then.
yeah.
yes.
Joe was there for that.
Yes.
We did big money on that concert. That was a concert. It was a Saturday night in September.
I think we did Steve Miller on Friday night, and
That's
then we
right.
did T.I. and
And-
Gucci
and
Mane
Gucci
on
on
Saturday
Saturday.
night.
Okay. I think Steve Miller was after. But
Okay, maybe
yeah.
it's
Yeah, no, it
reversed.
was.
Yeah,
It
right.
was.
It was
it
Friday,
was
Saturday.
It was Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
Hip hop was
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah, because I remember the next day it was like a lot different. like we did T.I. Gucci Mane, and I love Steve Miller, and he was a wonderful person, by the way.
Yeah.
Like him and my son Patrick bonded, but like T.I. Gucci Mane was like off the charts, man. It was like we were in downtown Chicago at the PAV that day. It was like people were lined up down the street to get in, man. It was amazing.
So I learned a lot about like Atlanta trap rap that weekend because Ren explained it to us.
Gucci Mane and
about
T.I.
like how like we were like, we got to get this guy out of here before this
they
guy
didn't like
comes
each
in.
other.
And the greatest thing about it is what so many people don't understand is what that moment was for hip hop. Like, I can't expect for the ones that don't know what that moment meant, but Hammond, Indiana did something that no one had, up until that point, no one else had seen a T.I. and Gucci Mane concert. It was impossible to get those guys together.
They didn't like each other, man.
They didn't care for each other.
Ren was like running around backstage trying to keep them separated the whole time.
No, we got them out. They never were there at the
They
same
were
time.
never there at the same time.
Because it was also a part of the contract that they wanted to make sure that when Gucci Mane came in, that T.I. camp is nowhere
They were
around,
gone.
or vice versa.
And then the girlfriend, even like when Gucci was playing, the girlfriend had literally, by their orders, had to be in visible sight of him the whole show.
Yes.
So she was basically on stage, just off stage the
And
whole
when you
show.
see her, you know why.
Yes.
Oh, she was gorgeous.
Yes.
But
A lot
like
of
there
nice
was
jewelry,
there
too.
was, I just remember that night. First off, humongously successful night. We did everybody did well that night, and I just remember just stress backstage because we had to keep these people separated because it could have been bad.
It could have, but Hammond PD did a great job. The staff did a great job. There was no hiccups. There was no crazy situations. And usually when people talk about two artists, major artists like that coming together, you kind of almost expect some shit to happen. Excuse me.
No, you're good. You're on
I
live
said
pod.
like 14 F words already. So.
You kind of expect that. And the fact that we did that, it was packed. There was no drama. And then after the fact, we actually started something with T.I. and Gucci in terms of them wanting to do future shows together.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
You, man.
So their second show came after.
Damn.
ours.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
another thing I know about you is you don't just do shows in the region. I know you did one in Texas, like a big one, right? It was like was it
Several,
Lil
I
Wayne?
think.
Was
Yeah,
it Lil Wayne?
for the last 10 years, I've been in South Padre Island, doing festivals, either shows of my own or booking shows for club owners out there and, different people out there.
I bet South Padre Island isn't too fun on spring break. It's probably nothing going on, right?
Man, it's the
quiet.
worst, man. It's terrible. You won't enjoy it. Nobody's there.
So what were you like in high school, man? Like, did you know? Is there like, if I met you in high school, would I have known that you were going to go this direction? Were you like a total music head in high school?
No,
or?
actually, well, I've always been into music. I get it from my dad because my dad, he has a band. He's in a band even to this day. So that music was always in me. But as far as like high school, I was a football player. If you would have known me in high school, you probably would have thought I was going to be
Total jock.
Just straight football.
Well, your son's outstanding athlete.
Yes, my son is doing
He's
great.
a senior in high school this year.
Yeah, he's a junior right now. He'll be a senior
Right. Next year, right? And then I know next year, I know that you have big plans. Like I know
yeah.
there's like Ren and I are friends. Obviously, Ren's friends with Kevin, and we would get regular updates on how well your son did in football this year. He's a Hammond Central running back.
Yes.
And literally, I think he had the second most yards in the state of Indiana.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was ranked number 2 in Northwest Indiana.
Northwest Indiana. There you go.
And if it wasn't for an injury, he would have for sure had number 1. But he had an injury; they missed the game.
Is he following the girls basketball? Is he following the girls Central basketball team?
Oh, he's friends with like pretty much everybody.
Joe's one of the
over there.
coaches over there. So,
Oh, really?
Does the book?
I'm the book. I'm not the coach.
She's
Okay.
She's next in line
Nice.
for coach.
That's nice.
It's a gentleman's agreement. Gentlewoman's agreement. Yeah.
So, Ren, if you were looking at like
Jill's like, you're getting me in trouble, asshole.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ren, if you were looking
For
at
the record, I made that up.
if you were looking
I
at
don't want to get Jill in trouble.
2025, like looking ahead at 2025, what would you say? Like if I'm like I want to hit some hip hop concerts in 2025, what is on the horizon? What would you say you got to do this year?
Lip Tech is in chat, by the way.
Hey, what's up, Thomas?
I guess the main thing would be to be in tune and what's really going on and when I book shows, I learn very quickly to not book the people that you like the most, because that doesn't mean that the concert is going to win.
Agree with you, bud.
So you have to have the knowledge of who has an album coming out, who's touring, who's not touring. You don't want to throw a big concert and you're going up against something crazy coming to Chicago. And so it's a lot of variables. But as far as who I would like to see, for example, in Hammond, Indiana, I would love to see like a Nicki Minaj come here.
We tried that a couple times.
Yeah.
I know you're pushing her a lot.
Yeah. And
what about Cardi B?
I would love to see Cardi B here.
Yeah, man.
Even with her butt crack
go.
piercing, dude.
Ren, one of your
Maybe we could see it live. We could see it in person.
That would be awesome.
The butt crack
that's
piercing.
That's worth a lot of money.
I would love to see Jelly Roll here. You know, it's,
Hey,
it's
man.
so many.
Let's go.
It's so many, man. It's so
John,
many people that I could.
Jelly Roll.
John, what were you saying?
One of Ren's super fans in chat. I don't want to get her name wrong. Kashia King. You know her? Anyway.
Oh yeah, I know her.
Megan the Stallion. She saw.
Yeah,
That was
Yes.
you pushed her
Ren
before.
pushed me.
I've
I
had
thought
her
we
before.
had her one time. Remember?
Oh yeah, we came real close. It
Yeah,
was real close
for a
It was-
concert.
Yes, but Lollapalooza, I think it.
Yes,
they ended
that's
up
what it
bumping
was.
us out.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
And
another thing about our fest, man. We have to compete with Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
You know what else is messing us up lately is freaking Hard Rock, man.
Yes.
They keep on doing all these damn concerts, and what happens is, so like somebody plays Hard Rock in friggin' April. They're not coming back to Hammond in July. They played there 3 months earlier. They were in the region. So like, and God bless Hard Rock and what they're doing, but it is making our job harder.
But I will say this, with all due respect to Hard Rock, I feel that whatever they're doing, there's nothing that Hammond, Indiana can't do.
That's
We
true.
have the facilities, we
sir.
have the know-how, we have the connections to do even more than what they do, respectfully.
So Ren, like, I guess you've got the Live Nations out there, right? And we always complain about Live Nations like kind of sucking up all the air for the smaller venues and for the festivals and things like that. As an independent agent, do you think like it's easier? Does Live Nation impact hip hop like it does rock and roll? I guess maybe that's.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, it's kind of unfair to anybody that's not Live Nation because what happens is the bigger artists, they usually, like Live Nation, what they'll do, they'll come in and they'll say, okay, Kevin, we think you're the shit. We don't want these local promoters putting their paws on you. So what we're gonna do, we'll give you $10 million for X amount of shows, $20 million for the X amount of shows. Now you're locked into all of these markets, and you can't move. Now you may want to do this. You can do after parties.
So you basically give them like 3 months of your life or something,
Yeah.
right? And then
Yeah.
they just schedule you out for 3 months.
Wherever you go.
That's it.
That's
Whether
what,
it's like
that's what Hard Rock's doing now too.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Hard Rock Gary. I'm talking Hard Rock,
National.
the company.
Yes.
Because I was down in Miami and I saw the upcoming shows at the Hard Rock down there. Same shows that the local Hard Rock.
Yep.
So it's the same
They
thing.
just run 'em around
so
the
Hard
country.
Rock buys a bunch of comedians and bands,
Exactly.
and they run them around to all their properties, right?
Yep.
So
Exactly.
Gary happens to have one of the properties, so they're getting great shows.
they-
Right, just
there it
like
goes.
Live Nation. So like the artists that aren't getting bought up are the ones that we have to go after now, and it's
Exactly.
not easy.
And it's not easy, and it almost puts you in a situation to, if you want these bigger artists like the Nicki Minaj's, Cardi B's, Future, these bigger artists, you almost have to like do it a year plus out
Yeah.
so that you can really get in the bidding for it. And it's crazy, but you know that's the industry, man. You have to be able to negotiate.
You know
with
what? Like, this is another thing about Ren that I love, okay? Because we use a lot of agents, but Ren's one of my go-tos, okay? And I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why. We had a situation a few years ago where we couldn't find a good Latin act,
Oh.
right? And freaking Ren closed the deal. And I don't even know if you speak Spanish, do you?
Uno.
Oh, no.
But let me translate. That is one. You speak Spanish? One. Okay, so let's move on.
So that means
So,
no.
freaking Ren, the biggest show at the Festival of Lakes in the history of the pavilion was Los Tucanes de Tijuana.
Yeah.
That was your show.
Yes.
That show was so big it was dangerous.
Yeah.
There was like over 20,000 people there. We didn't have emergency, like we have emergency rows now and stuff like that.
Yep.
That night,
That
was
taught us to be ready for a
chaos.
crowd like that.
Holy
And thank goodness it was
crap!
safe.
And that was a Ren show, by the way. That was the biggest night we've ever had. I got drone shots of the crowd that night. It was like amazing.
Well, you know, and
That-
like
that
we
was
can,
amazing.
and the mayor, you know, not to, I want to make sure we mention the mayor's special event staff because, like Eileen
Yeah.
Ibarra and all her
Yes.
crew do an unbelievable job and
Of course.
coordinating with the agents and everybody, and it's a really good team effort.
Yeah,
Dude.
I love the team, man. It makes my job easier when I can whatever, because it's not easy. People see concerts and they have no idea how much
Dude.
work literally goes into this stuff, man.
Well, there's always stuff coming up. Like
Yes.
there's like little arguments between us and the artists, and then you're the one in the middle trying to like iron it out.
Yeah.
It's like I said, green M&Ms. We're like, gee, the M&Ms, damn it! You know, like, and there's Ren in the middle. So So
Yeah.
you got one of our shows already this year, right? We can't
We
announce
can't talk
it yet.
about
We can't
it yet.
announce
Yeah,
it,
no,
but
we can't announce
you got
it
the
yet.
rap show this year, right?
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes, it's gonna be a good one. It's
I
gonna
can't
be a
wait.
great
So
one.
when we
I'm
announce,
excited.
maybe we'll bring you back in and you could help
Let's
set
do
the
that.
stage for that one.
Yes, 'cause
Dude.
the people are gonna love it. They're gonna love this.
And there's a
You
new
can't say
album coming
anything.
out with that. I'm not saying, but there's a new album coming out with that artist also, right?
in March, yes.
Okay.
Dude, that's sick.
Don't
man.
give it away.
Nope.
That's all we can say.
That's all we can say.
Dude, thanks for coming in, man.
And I appreciate you guys for having me, man. And Mayor, I want to thank you too, because I'm gonna be real. Coming from where I come from, man, it's like, you know, I'm a kid from the South Side of Chicago, and I know the things that I've done for people, the opportunities. I put so many people on the radio, and I made a lot of people money. And when you come from where I come from, you want to be able to one day have opportunities like this. You know, you really want that. And sometimes you don't get it, and you have to keep finding your way and finding your way, man. And I, like I say, I'm from Chicago, and the mayor of Chicago has never invited me in to talk about anything. So I want to thank
Thanks,
you
man. I appreciate
for
you, man.
everything.
You're my friend, and I respect you a lot, like a lot.
Appreciate
I love people that work hard. You're a hardworking hustler, and you know, an entrepreneur. Also, you have your own business. Just a badass young man, and it's
Appreciate
great.
that.
I'm glad you and I met each other, man. I appreciate you coming on Lockpod, and I really appreciate the humongous crowd you brought with you. So
Yeah. Keep them going, Ren. Keep pushing them to us.
Remember, Lockpod's on twice a week, Tuesdays, Fridays. Download the app. So.
Even
Ren
without
is now a co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
When you
Ren's
see
coming
Ren
back next
sitting in
week.
my seat next week, we'll know what happened.
Thank you so
too
much,
funny.
bud.
Man,
It's good to
thank
see
you.
you. Kevin,
Appreciate
you.
thanks again.
You got it.
Great job on pre-show last night.
Yep.
Thank you, Joe. We appreciate all your help and
Good
hard
luck to the
work.
Wolves.
And good luck to the Hammond Central Wolves
Yeah.
tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go, Joe. And I know I said that last week, but
You
this
did.
is
Regionals.
Regionals. I gotta go to regionals. Right?
Laporte.
Laporte tomorrow.
Get
1
the
o'clock.
details over to him.
I have
It's a
nothing going.
date.
It's supposed to snow tomorrow, right?
Oh, here we go. This reminds me of the Taylor Swift show.
I'm
I've
going.
already, right?
I'm going, Joe. All right.
Yeah.
You have to get a ticket online. You cannot buy at the door.
You better get it for him.
FYI.
What?
How much are
Everything's
Somebody needs to
digital
help
now.
the mayor get this ticket.
Online.
Dang, I thought you remember when you could just walk up. They had like a little cash box on a table. You
Those
just-
days are gone, John.
I'm not good online. I like look at everything online. I'm like an old person. I
Those
think
days
it's
are
true.
gone, and 8094 is a toll road. Here we go.
So,
All right.
Dave S, thank you very much.
Yep.
Good to see you. And Ran again. Great to see you in studio. we
sir.
appreciate you all. Lockpod is going to be out. That's season 14, episode 13. Don't forget to get flowers and Valentine's for your beautiful loved one. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. We appreciate you. See you on Tuesday. Lockpod's out.